like a twister, and I'm gone again. Got a crack like a bullwhip, I ain't got no friends. I've been in a whole lot of trouble since my life's begun. Well, you're never gonna tame me, you can't fix me. I'm a lightning strike, I hit again and again. I've been in a whole lot of trouble since my life's begun. Well, I come like a razor, take your breath away. If you see me coming, you better look the other way. I'm just like a rattlesnake, baby, I just don't care. I'm in a dark, dark night, I'm in a real nightmare. I've been in a whole lot of trouble since my life began. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I cut like a razor, take your breath away. If you see me coming, you better look the other way. So if I hit your town, you better close your door, turn out your lights, you better call the law. I've been in a whole lot of trouble since my life's begun. Yeah, yeah. Like a twister, and I'm gone again. Got a crack like a bullwhip, I ain't got no friends. I've been in a whole lot of trouble since my life's began. I'm in a whole lot of trouble, I've been in a whole lot of trouble. Lord, I've been in a whole lot of trouble, I've been in a whole lot of trouble. In a whole lot of trouble. I've been in so much trouble, baby. I've been in a whole lot of trouble. 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 Hey, 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 your idol's got feet of clay. When you start in a loving, you always want a girl, gonna be the most perfect in the whole wide world. You're gonna find perfect just cannot be. So son, get ready for reality. Hey, 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 your idol's got feet of clay. No matter what you say or what you do, one day you're gonna see it through. Your idol's got feet of clay. Hey, hey, hey. Where you're looking for a man you think you found the finest catch there is around. They'll let you down, they always do. Don't fret, honey, just face the truth. Hey, 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 your idol's got feet of clay. No matter what you say or what you hear, one day it would be so clear. Your idol's got feet of clay. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, come on, son, come on. You might be looking for a husband, looking for a wife. The same thing in love, same thing in life. Put someone on a pedestal, you're bound to fail, cause someone that's perfect, one and all. Hey, 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 your idol's got feet of clay. No matter what you say or what you do, you're surely gonna see it through. Your idol's got feet of clay. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Feet of clay. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Your idol's got feet of clay. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how. That buzzed-in legend is now. You're trying to bring it back somehow. That buzzed-in legend is now. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how. Woo! Legend is now. Now it looks so simple, but it wasn't like that. Sentimental education, the rockabilly cat. Yeah, yeah. Why, don't ask me how. That buzzed-in legend is now. You're trying to bring it back somehow. That buzzed-in legend is now. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how. Oh baby, legend is now. We all see so clearly when we start looking back. You might see a palace, I see a country shack. This is what I do till the day I die. R-O-C-K-P-I-double-L-Y. The legend is now. 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 Well, I got a friend, she's a real going girl. Take her for a dance just to give her a twirl. She wears circle skirts and a great big smile. Oh boy, I dig her style, I dig her style. Oh, I dig her style. I dig her style, I dig her moves. She's real gone when the needle's in the groove. She really sends me about 10 miles. Oh boy, I dig her style, I dig her style. When I pick her up, she's always late. It's no right, it makes me wait. If love is a crime, then put me on trial. Oh boy, I dig her style. Go! I dig her style, I dig her moves. She's real gone when the needle's in the groove. She really sends me about 10 miles. Oh boy, I dig her style, I dig her style. Ooh, I dig her style, baby. Continental clothes with those ruby red lips. A naughty wink makes my heart flip. She dig hot rides, the faster the better. Stand back, boys, because I'm gonna get her. I dig her style. Go, baby, come on. I dig her style, I dig her moves. She's real gone when the needle's in the groove. She really sends me about 10 miles. Oh boy, I dig her style, I dig her style. Baby, I dig your style so much, honey. Oh, baby, come on, I dig your style, baby. Did you mean vintage when you said oh? Or did you mean distinguished when you said oh? You didn't mean to be rude, you came across a bit cold. Did you mean legendary when you said oh? You could have meant classic when you said oh. You surely meant historic when you said oh. You didn't mean to be rude, you came across a bit cold. Did you mean legendary when you said oh? Oh, come on, baby. Said oh, hey, when you said oh, baby, yeah. When you said oh, you said oh. When you said oh, evergreen. Did you mean evergreen? Did you mean evergreen? Yeah, 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 yeah. Shake, 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 shake Loretta. Shake, 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 shake Loretta. Shake, 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 shake Loretta. Shake, 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 shake Loretta. Shake Loretta, shake one time. When I first saw you dancing down at Joe's, everything was shaking from your head to your toes. The place was packed from floor to the top, and all the guys praying you'd never stop. So shake, 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 Loretta. Shake, 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 shake Loretta. Shake, 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 shake Loretta. Shake, 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 shake Loretta. Shake it, Loretta. Shake it one time for me. Well, I work all week just to pay the bill, so I go on a Joe's just to get me a thrill. A whiskey on ice and a jukebox playing, it's just like heaven to see you swaying. Shake, 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 Loretta. 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 Shake it, Loretta. Shake it one time for me. Oh, come on and shake it, Loretta. Shake, 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 Loretta. Shake, 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 Loretta. shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, Loretta. Shake it one time for me. When we see your name down at the bar, we all come from near and far. We tell our wives it's a night with the fellas, but we all here to see you, sweet Loretta. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, Loretta. Shake it one time, baby. Oh, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, Loretta. Shake it, Loretta. Shake it one time for me. Annabella. 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 Well, Annabella's got a crazy bebop style. All those curls and curls really drive boys wild. She's got some brothers, they're real mean cats. She's even got a big Mexican for her dad. Annabella. 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 Woo-hoo! Needles in the groove. The girl plays for keeps and she'll never lose. Just like a honeycomb in my heart. Come on, Annabella, say we'll never part. Annabella. 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 Come on, Annabella. In my ear, I hope it's something I want to hear. But no, Annabella, she's just another trick. Cause Annabella's just a little bit of a trick. Annabella. 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 I got one fish, two fish,
3, 4, 5.
just like bees are buzzing round my hive, and all the girls take a look because they really want to catch my eye. with this bait I'm using, I don't really have to try. Well, I've been fishing so long that I can safely say that I can make a young girl roll. Mama used to tell me it's not the size of your real boy, it's where you point your pole. Because I've got 6 fish, 7 fish, 8 or 9. They all swim around because they really want to be mine. And they take the bait, they really want to have a great time. I got all these fish hanging around my line. Oh, come on, son. That I can make a young girl roll. My mama used to tell me it's not the size of your real boy, it's where you point your pole. I got 1 fish, 2 fish, 3, 4, 5, just like bees are buzzing round my hive. And all the girls take a look, ah, they really want to catch my eye. With this bait I'm using, I don't really have to try. Oh yeah. Well, I've been fishing so long that I can safely say that I can make a young girl grow. My mama used to tell me it's not the size of your real boy, it's where you point your pole. Well, I've got 1 fish, 2 fish, 3, 4, 5, just like bees are buzzing around my hive. And all the girls take a look because they really want to catch my eye. With this bait I'm using, I don't really have to try. Oh, I don't have to try, come on. A young girl roll. My mama used to tell me it's not the size of your real boy, it's where you point your pole. Well, I've got 1 fish, 2 fish, 3, 4, 5, just like bees buzzing round my hive. All the girls take a look because they really want to catch my eye. With this bait I'm using, I don't really have to try. Listen to me. But with this bait I'm using, I don't really have to try. Well, I got an old car, she's a Coupe de Ville. She does about 40, but she's going downhill. But my car's alright. Yeah, my car's alright. She's running on 3, but my car's alright. Well, 2 carburetors, one of them works. My baby won't ride cause she says it hurts, but my car's alright. Yeah, my car's alright. No shock absorbers, but my car's alright. Oh, come on, God. Performance engine ain't going nowhere. The fenders fell off and the tires are bare, but my car's alright. Yeah, my car's alright. Cost me $20, but my car's alright. My car's alright. brown with rust, but with one sky blue. The engine backfires and it misses too. But my car's alright. Yeah, my car's alright. She done broke down, but my car's alright. Look here. So all you cats are listening to this song, you better stand aside as I roll along. But my car's alright. Yeah, my car's alright. I'm going home on the bus. Yeah, my car's alright. Well, I got a girl, cute as can be, and I want that honey out of her tree. Well, she lights a fire, it's good and hot. Hey, dog, keep a hitting that spot. Hitting that spot feels so good. Hitting that spot, I wish she would. She's hitting that spot so good and right. Hitting that spot all day and night. So I pick her up in my flathead Ford. Her hands on my knees and I'm praying to the Lord. Well, please don't stop. Hey, baby, keep a hitting that spot. Yeah! Well, hitting that spot feels so good. Keep hitting that spot, I wish you would. She's hitting that spot so good and right. Hitting that spot all day and night. Well, my little darling, she knows me so well. She knows what I like even though I don't tell. Well, what I like, well, she has a lot. Hey, dog, keep her hitting that spot. Hitting that spot feels so good. Keep hitting that spot, baby, I wish you would. She's hitting that spot so good, right? Hitting that spot all day and night. Oh, hit that spot, baby. You asked me to marry me, you told me no. Well, I bought the tickets, you know she's the star of the show. Well, she's got me moving, now we're doing the bop. Hey, hey, doll, I keep a hitting that spot. Hey, hey, doll, I keep a hitting that spot. Well, she's got me moving, we're doing the bop. Hey, hey, doll, I keep a hitting that spot. Well, baby, 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 when you flip-flop, you talk so much, are you ever gonna stop? Stop bugging me. Baby, stop bugging me. So quit your belly aching, baby, stop bugging me. Do this, do that, when you do the other. If you're not wise, I'll send you back to your mother. Stop bugging me. Baby, stop bugging me. So quit your belly aching, baby, stop bugging me. Why don't you quit? Quit! Quit your belly aching and quit. Quit! Quit your belly aching and quit. Quit! Quit your belly aching on me. Baby, quit your belly aching. Baby, stop bugging me. Come on, baby, stop bugging me. is so my brain got fried. It's amazing to me that your tongue don't get tired. Stop bugging me, baby, stop bugging me. So quit your belly aching, baby, stop bugging me. Why don't you quit? Quit your belly aching, quit. Quit your belly aching, quit, baby. Quit your belly aching on me. So baby, quit your belly aching, baby, stop bugging me. Come on, come on. Quit your belly aching, quit. Quit your belly aching on me. Why don't you quit your belly aching? Baby, stop bugging me. Between midnight and day, nobody here have to get too frisky. This morning ain't gonna find no whiskey in the night. Lord, in the night, baby, in the wee hours between midnight and day. Oh, come on, give it to me. Stand in line, come on in and have a good time in the night. In the night, in the wee hours between midnight and day. Yeah. These girls have sex appeal. When they get rockin', it's a real good deal. In the night, in the night, in the wee hours between midnight and day. Yeah, yeah. Plays as you get in here, everybody will be high on beer. In the night, in the wee hours between midnight and day. All these chicks get real tough, calling for whiskey and all the stuff in the night. In the night, oh wow, in the wee hours between midnight and day. Yeah. It's just a shame that no one is to blame. Well, I blame you. Yes, I blame you. If I meet another girl, find I can't trust her too, I'll blame you. Yes, I'll blame you. You know, baby, I blame you for this broken heart. I blame you for these tears. I blame you for our situation. After all these years, you said all I had to do was think the whole thing through. Well, I've done the best I can, and this is where I stand. I blame you. You know, darling, I blame you. I blame you for this broken heart. I blame you for these tears. I blame you for our situation. After all these years, you said it's just a shame that no one is to blame. Well, I blame you. Yes, I blame you. Darling, I blame you. Yes, I blame you. Darling, I blame you.
Just to get things rolling, I'd love to hear that story again you told us earlier on about the lost photograph. Like you were in Chicago to promote Ducktail, right?
Yes.
And at the same time as Bobby Darin is doing his first record and stuff.
Yes.
And, what was that? Was a jukebox convention.
Exactly.
Tell us the story of that again. Like,
well, what had happened, after I'd done the New York session, I came back home, and like a month later they had a big jukebox convention in Chicago. So my producer called me and picked me up, and we flew to Chicago and do this big jukebox convention. What it is, it's all the jukebox operators all over America, come there to buy the records.
right.
So that's why they brought me there to introduce the records, and I met Bobby Darin there and Nat King Cole. And what I can remember about, Nat King Cole was a beautiful guy. I remember I was very nervous about the show, because I've never played that many people in my life. And when I opened the curtains,
big auditorium.
a gigantic place. And he seen that I was a little nervous about it, so he says, look, this is what you do, because looking at people will make you nervous. He said, so what you do when you get out on stage is look right on top of their head. And he says, it'll just work.
Snack Cole giving you
yes,
right.
And it'll work out fine. And I remember when we were backstage like an hour before the show, Bobby Darin was sitting in a corner all by himself. And every time I seen him, he was by himself. He was like alone, and he just didn't talk to nobody. A very quiet guy. And then anyway, after we done the show, which was a great success, it was great, man. And we had a big banquet that night. And like right before the banquet, like 2 or 3 hours before that, they had a blonde, about 6'5", tall, beautiful woman walking around with half of her clothes on, and she had a big basket in the front of her carrying 16 live chicks. And they had a sign in the front of the basket that says, "Get it quick, it's on Vic, Joe Clay's 16 Chicks."
Right.
And man, every time I think about that, I am so sorry I didn't take a picture of it. No.
Somebody somewhere in that audience must have.
God, yes.
So was that was before the Ed Sullivan show, or?
Yes, it was.
That was in New York, right?
Yes, that was before the Ed Sullivan show. And right after that, that's when we went back to New York and we done the Ed Sullivan show.
Which is also with Nat Cole on that show.
Yes, Yes, he was.
Which is kind of why it's a bit surprising that no one's come up with tapes of that as well.
Right, yeah, I've been looking for him. I'd love to find that. But I don't have too many good memories of the Ed Sullivan show because he wasn't too much of a nice guy, man. You know, he was very...
That's what they say.
Very on a bad ego trip, you know.
And then there's the story about the guitar player you've never heard of. They got to back you.
Exactly. They had 3 guys to practice with me all week long. They had the guitar, bass, and drums, and I'm practicing with them all week. And then, you know, I finally realized this guy. His name was what did I say his name?
Barney Kessel.
Yeah, Barney Kessel. And at the time, right at the time, I'm saying, who is Barney Kessel? Until years later, and I'm still totally freaked out about that.
That's weird, isn't it?
I think the greatest thing that happened on the Ed Sullivan show is, like, I really thought after his show I was going to retire because he paid $750, and that was like 1956. When I got that check, I told my mom and dad, I said, that's it, we're retiring. We don't have to work again the rest of our life. Because in them days, it was a lot of money. Yeah.
Did they take you up on it? Did your mom and dad retire?
No. No.
So that was like, you did the New York session before that. And that
yes.
Was kind of like, and you didn't know who Mickey Baker was?
No. Didn't know none of these guys. I just, when they come pick me up to take me to New York to do that session, and they gave me a tape and put me in the hotel room, and it was like early in the morning I was there, and he says, we're going to record tonight. So I listened to the tape, and I listened, and then I finally went to the studio about 7 o'clock at night, and it was a gigantic studio, real big, and it was the RCA Studios. While I was sitting there, I kept reading the lyrics to the song and listening to this little tape recorder. And my producer and all, they were all, you know, checking the mics, they had 3 of them. That was about it.
3 of them on the session?
Yeah, 3 mics. That's all they had. I had a mic in the band. They had 2 mics, but for the band. And then here come like 4 or 5 of these colored guys carrying all their equipment in a little wagon, and they came in the studio where I was. So I'm thinking, well, most probably we're in the wrong studio, you know, because coming from the South, I never did play with colored guys, you know. I just never did. And I found it very strange, and I just knew they couldn't come and play with me. Not for rockabilly, you know, we're not going to do that. And then the producer came out of the room, and he says, Joe, I want to introduce you to your band tonight. And I totally freaked out. So now, how can these guys do rockabilly? I mean, I don't understand that, but I figure he knows what he's doing, so, you know, he said, you just sing the songs like you feel it. They'll be there. So they gave Mickey Baker the tape, and him and the drummers, 2 drummers, and the bass player just stood around, and they played it. They played it for like 30 minutes, and Mickey Baker says, we're ready. And they asked me if I was ready. I said, I guess so. Let's go with it. And it happened, man. It was just an explosion that happened.
Yeah, wild session. Like you said, you had people from other studios.
All over the studios. They come running to see what's all the excitement over here, you know. Yeah, it was crazy.
And you mentioned that producer a few times. Was that Henry Diaz or
Herman Diaz?
Oh, Herman Diaz.
Yeah.
So it was his decision to book those sessions and book those people.
Yes, it was.
Kind of his idea.
Yes, it was.
And did he supervise the Houston stuff too?
Yes, he did. Same
so
guy.
His idea to take you to where they were doing the Stardate stuff. You know, using those guys.
Yeah, and I think after it was said and done, he didn't like that session too much because he wasn't that happy about it. And that's when I think, you know, he decided and talked to his partner or whatever and says, you know, let's bring him here and let's go a different way with him. And that's how that come about.
It seemed like an unusual thing to do in the first place because they didn't. Malcolm, is he around?
Yeah.
They didn't really take RCA artists down to Houston much or at all, did they? Really, like that's not a thing.
Not
That,
in Houston, no, not that often.
it seemed like an unusual thing for him to have decided to do in the first place, unless he knew that those guys could do rockabilly.
Right, right.
Mind you said you had some problems with the drummer anyway. I like this bit.
Yeah, in Houston, like we had to take maybe 20 takes of each song because the drummer kept speeding up and dragging. And I told the producer that I can play drums, it's no problem. I don't know if he believed me or he just wanted me to sing, because I said, I think I could hold that beat better than he can, because he's driving me crazy right now. I mean, I'm singing, and I just wasn't used to things like that,
Yeah.
But after we finally got some good ones and we
Because
ran
we're
with
kind of
that.
excited about the prospect of 20 outtakes of those songs, But, they obviously wiped the tapes all then.
Yes, yeah. And then after, when we go to New York and do everything, it's like quite a few songs. Take one. Okay, that's a cut.
I wonder if Herman Diaz knew about the drummer problem, and that's why he got Mickey Baker to get 2 guys in to make sure,
Yeah,
Like
that
so
was
many
real
drummers.
crazy. I couldn't quite
That's
understand
that
that
was a weird
situation. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
And on this, and I know this is a question you've been asked a million times, but on the question of drums, you ended up playing with Elvis in, what was it, Pontchartrain or somewhere?
Pontchartrain Beach. I played before him.
Oh, you were on the show?
Yes.
Right.
And then his drummer was sick or whatever happened, and I knew him.
Mm.
He was just like a regular dude,
Yeah.
like anybody else. And, he was kind of worried about it. I said, Elvis, I know all your stuff. I can play it, man. There ain't nothing to that. And he says, cool, if you want to. And I did, and that's another exciting thing in my life that happened. Well, naturally playing with him, but at the time he was like a nobody, really, just starting out. But I got paid twice that night, so that was pretty cool, man.
You probably got more than his.
Yeah.
So you could retire and have a pension.
Yeah. But so was it just the one show? In
That's all.
Pontchartrain?
Yeah.
And thinking about it, you must have known DJ Fontana maybe from Louisiana,
Never did.
He's from Shreveport, I think. wasn't
Yes,
he?
I just met DJ Fontana last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
First
at Green Bay.
time? Right.
Yeah, I never knew him. And also he plays in New Orleans at our
Oh, the other thing that goes on these days.
the Ponderosa
Yeah,
Stomp.
yeah.
Yeah, he played there a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah,
Right.
I do it every year. I started the first one. I think we're on our third one right now.
Yeah.
Or fourth. Yeah.
Are you doing it again?
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah.
You've probably been asked this as well, but the question of I don't know who it was, but it's always like written down that a fan found you, a fan from Europe. I don't know. Does anyone know who that was?
Willie Jeffrey, wasn't it?
Was it actually him? I thought
Was it Willie that found
I thought
you, or
someone
was it
came to
someone else?
Willie with a.
Well, Willie, each band that would come from the States, Willie would ask them if they know Joe Clay.
Right, so he was asking.
Well, nobody knew my real name, and nobody knew Joe Clay that came here. And one guy from Texas was here with a band, and Willie asked him if he knew of a Joe Clay, and he says, no, I never heard of him. Willie says, well, when you go back home, can you pass the word around? And he said, sure. And it so happened, he came to New Orleans, this guy.
This Texas musician.
Yes, to record his band, and the guy that does the A&R stuff, what they call it, the sound dude
Yeah.
for the recording studio was my guitar player at the time.
Huh.
We were playing together.
Yeah.
And so they were talking while he was setting up, and he says, man, I just got back from Europe, and he says, they're looking for this cat, Joe Clay, that's starting to get pretty big over there. And Scott Gudo, my friend, he started laughing. He says, wow. He says, I play with the dude every night. He says, what? He says, man, this guy, Willie Jeffries, is looking for him. And he had the phone number.
Yeah.
So Scott calls me on the telephone and tells me about that. Joe Clay, wait. I said, yeah, I used that in 1956.
You never used that name again. You were
No.
playing music, though,
No.
but under your
I
own.
used Joe Clay until 1960. And after all my manager, I signed a contract 20 years with him because I was just a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. And he took the little money I made. So I finally got out of that. And I said, well, it's not for me. So I'm not going that route anymore. So in 1960, I stopped Joe Clay and just used my real name, and I got a band together, and we started doing top 40 material. And I started playing hotels and started playing Bourbon Street and I've done for like maybe 15, 20 years. I've done music for a living, just
Around the old
3 pieces. Yes,
Right.
yeah,
And you played drums all that time?
yes.
Too,
I'm saying, yeah.
So, but that's interesting. Between 56 and 60, you carried on the Joe Clay
Yes.
act, if you like.
Uh-huh.
Like doing rockabilly and stuff?
Exactly. That's all I've done was
What, tours and
rockabilly.
stuff? Did you do
Yes.
tours? Right.
I went to New York. I went to New York a couple of times. I've done a few places in New York. I've done one Tin Pin Alley with Laverne Baker at the time. I played with her. And then I played a couple of things home, rockabilly, but it didn't quite go over that well.
It was getting already a long way past people really liking
Yes,
that kind of thing?
yes. They just wanted to hear, you know, New Orleans music and what we call our swamp pop, which is, you know, music with like 8 and 9 piece bands with the horns and all the good dance stuff. You know, that's all they wanted to hear. So I said, well, if that's the way I got to go, then I'm going to go that way to make a living.
Yeah.
And that's when I forgot about Joe Clay. But before Scott Gudo had called me about this guy with Willie Jeffries' phone number, I had another friend that called a month before. He just got back from Europe with a little rock band, and I played with his dad. And he said, Mr. CJ, weren't you Joe Clay at one time in your life, you know, when you was a kid? I said, yes, I was. He says, man, I read in a magazine in England, and they have a picture of you. He says, I know it's you. I said, well, I was Joe Clay, but I don't think that's me. He said, I can't find the magazine, but I know this was you. I says, no, it can't be. I thought the kid was smoking weeds or something. That was totally unbelievable. And then Scott called me, and this happened. And I says, man, something's wrong here. Somebody is using my name and are doing my songs.
You never conceived that it could be people like buying the old records and
no way, totally impossible. So then Scott, I went like an hour later, I went to the studio and got that phone number. And I came back home and talked to my wife about it. I says, it's really foolish to really call this man, because it can't be me. It's got to be somebody using a name. You know, just grab Joe Clay. Because we're talking about 30 years ago. That's totally impossible. She said, hey, what's a phone call? 10 or 15 bucks? Call Europe? Call him.
So you spread the Willie Jeffries. Yeah.
So I called him. I says, Willie? And he answered the phone. Yes. I said, this is Joe Clay. He says, oh my God, I found you. And then he says, yeah, you got it, me, goodbye, this and that. I says, nah, you got the wrong guy.
Because presumably you hadn't heard those outtakes.
Right.
Someone had put them out.
Right. I says, nah, you got the wrong guy.
So what was it like when you heard those outtakes, like goodbye?
Well, that's when Willie told me, he says, well, I've got them right here. I said, no, you must have them songs and somebody's using my name. It's impossible. Do you remember Goodbye? I says, no, I didn't do that. I forgot them.
Yeah.
He says, well, I'm putting it in the post right now.
Right.
Keep my phone number. Give me yours. And we started, call me back when you hear it. And like a week later, I got it and played it. And I says, oh, my God, that is me. And then it started coming back that I'd done this. Yeah.
RCA gave you a box of records, right? You'll like this, Neil.
Yeah, go on.
Box of singles. Like what? Just after 1960.
Well, like a month after I recorded, 1956, RCA sent me a box of 25 of the Ducktail 16 Chicks.
Right.
A whole box of them. So naturally, I was staying with Mom and Dad at the time. So I says, God, what am I going to do with all of these? So different things happen, and I just kept them at Mom and Dad's house, and then like about 10 years later, I got married, and then I started cleaning out my closet and this and that, and I seen the records in a drawer, the whole box of them, the 25, and I'm not Joe Clay anymore. You know, we're like maybe 65 by then. So, well, I sure don't need this. So I threw them in the trash.
Ah, the
I'll pay $100 a piece for it. He's selling them on eBay now.
Oh God! Yeah.
I've asked about the trash man.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to trace him.
Are you sure they were yours? It wasn't Mickey and Sylvia you threw away by accident?
Yeah.
Another thing I was going to ask you about was Smiley Lewis, because we did that Smiley Lewis song at Hemsby, right?
Yes.
And I also read, since then, I must have read it before, but I just reread it somewhere, that he was one person you played with at one time.
Sure.
In New Orleans.
Sure.
Obviously a bit later than when he was doing...
Yes. In the 60s, I played with Fats Domino. I played with them all in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Because I played with a lot of bands that were staff bands.
Yeah.
Which means whenever somebody would come in to play a certain place, and I was in a union too.
Yeah, so that's how they would get
So
you
yeah, they'd call different guys to back these guys up, and naturally they'd call the guys that were into all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was into all them guys, man. All of them.
And that's interesting how times have changed a bit too, because by the 60s or something, they wouldn't be thinking about, this is a white guy here.
Right.
And did you ever record anything while you were still Joe Clay?
No, the only thing I've done is 1960. They had a guy that owned a record company in my hometown. And he came to my home one day and says, I have a couple of dollars to spend. I'd like to record you. I was playing hillbilly music at the time with this steel guitar player that's one of the finest players in the world and an excellent songwriter. And he wrote 5 or 6 songs just for me. And so I said, sure, we can do that. So I got to thinking about it. I said, I'm going to change my name. So I called myself Russ Wayne.
Russ Wayne?
Because this was not rockabilly.
Right.
This was nothing strong. This was nice ballad and a few of our Louisiana pop stuff. So we went in Cosmo's studio, and this was all friends of mine that are on the record, they're musicians. Dr. John played piano with me.
Right.
And I played drums. And we had the steel guitar player. He didn't play steel, he played bass. And we had 3 or 4 girls for the background singers. And we had 3 horn players. And we done these songs there. What happened after in fact, I've got 50 of them in a box. Originals.
What, singles?
Yes.
Singles?
Yes, they're all 45s. And what happened...
Do you know about the Russ Wayne stuff?
No.
I'm just worried that
I've got it here.
You got them here?
Yeah, I have a CD with them on there.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. A CD has come out now with us?
No.
Oh,
I put it on a CD
on
for my own purpose.
Oh.
Anyway, the guy just sold them out of his record shop. It never was released.
It was like a New Orleans label.
Yes.
Like a little indie label.
It never was released.
What was the label? Can you remember?
Samter. Samter. And that's a pretty wild story. In 1986, when I came here, these 2 guys were interviewing me in London. And they were these kind of guys that they hunt all these obscure guys. They know about everybody from that era. And we were talking. They said, Joe, we have 2 guys left to find. They named one guy, and they says, we have one more guy, Russ Wayne. And I went, I didn't want to blow nothing at the time, because at the time they thought that's Joe Clay, that's all he recorded. So I left, I just left it right there.
Right.
I didn't tell him.
They knew it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Are you going to be able to let Jose copy that so that we can get to hear it?
Oh yes.
Before you go
yes, I want him to copy it. Yeah,
you do.
keep a
Good,
copy. Yes.
That way we can.
Y'all can
We
listen
won't
to it.
bootlegger or anything like that. I'd love to hear it though.
Yeah.
It'd be good if that stuff came out and someone could do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you playing at home now? Do you have your trio, or you have a little group or something?
Yes, just when we get private jobs, I'll do a hotel thing, or like a lot of times we get big conventions come into our town, and they want different music. They want all Louisiana music all at one time, which means it's a gigantic convention center, and you got rock and roll in that corner, you got Zydeco in that corner, you got rockabilly in this corner, you got Dixieland jazz in that corner, you got all Louisiana covered in one place.
Yeah.
And we don't play that loud, so we don't drown one another
You all
out.
played at once.
So if you're at the convention, whatever your bag, that's where you go and just listen. Well, we got that like twice a year.
Right.
Yeah, conventions come in, they want all Louisiana music all at one time.
And you're the kind of guy that could probably run around and play in
Yeah.
every corner, couldn't you, really?
What I do is mostly we do the swamp pop stuff, and I'll do my little rockabilly.
Mm.
You know, they don't really. I don't think they know what it is.
Right.
They just know it's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, because that's all it is shuffle. We shuffle these songs, and that excites them. So hey, that sounds good. You know, that's all. We don't do nothing to put them to sleep.
Right.
You know, because they got a few drinks in them. They want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're listening
So I
to.
do things like that.
Right.
Then I do the Rockin' Bowl like once a month.
That's like, you do that as Joe Clay, though. Right?
Yes. And every Tuesday night we have Rockabilly night there.
So who do you have playing with you when you do Joe Clay?
I have
on stage?
Cranston Clements on guitar, and I have his brother Dave on bass, and I play my own drums.
Oh, right. You always do Joe
Always.
Clay behind the kit.
Yeah. Now we got a deal coming up December the 11th, a big rock and roll show. I'm sorry, a rockabilly show, and I'm going to play with Deke Dickerson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because he'd know all that stuff about you being a drummer.
Yeah, sure.
But he did the... You didn't work with him in the Ponderosa before? Because there was one year when he was the backing back for like...
Yeah, but he didn't. I played with my own band.
Right,
Yeah,
so that was the-
yeah. He was there. Yeah, I remember that. He was the backing band.
Yeah.
So when you went to Houston, you didn't know any of those musicians.
None.
They just played you the demos. They wanted you to record.
That's it. I walked in the studio. We shook hands. We stayed there. It felt like forever.
20
All
takes
night
each.
long. I mean, all night long. Like I can remember like it was yesterday. We got there like 6 o'clock and left about 5 in the morning.
Wow.
Was there some bourbon there?
No.
No? No one was
It
drinking?
wouldn't have been
Those
No.
guys down there?
No.
I find it weird because you talk about you've played with Mickey Baker and then you had Barney Kessel, but then you also played with Al Harris. And to
Yes,
me, that's
yeah.
Neil was asking him
that's a
about
massive
Yes.
big deal that you played with Al Harris.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
really?
had no clue who that guy was.
He's a DJ and a bit of a. He used to do mainly religious stuff.
Wow.
If
But
he had
like
it-
Western
if he-
swing?
Yeah, if he had his own choice, he used to do religious stuff. But he'd play in any band that would hire him. But he was the Scotty Moore of Houston. If you wanted rockabilly, Al Harris, you know, and you'll go.
Yeah, and I couldn't understand the situation because the producer told me that that's the staff band. And me being a drummer, I couldn't understand this drummer being a staff drummer at a studio.
Keep time.
Because I'd done a few studio things before I went there.
Yeah.
And I knew how to, you got to be on top of it, man, and do your homework.
A lot of
Well,
stuff came out of that studio. They must have had another... I don't know who the regular
Yeah,
drummer
'cause you had Link Davis on rhythm guitar, was it? And he's usually a sax player. That's
Yeah, he
what
was
you see
on rhythm. That's right.
there. Yeah, he's usually a
Yeah.
sax player.
Wow. Yeah. And that's it. The next morning, I went back home to New Orleans. I never seen them guys again.
Yeah, I doubt if the drummer's that. Is it Daryl Newsom?
Down Newsom was
I doubt
Steve
if
Fisher's
because
drummer.
he's actually.
It sounds like they got
quite good.
someone in...
He's pretty
just
tight.
weird.
Yeah.
you know, they
Probably didn't have a drummer. and
Probably the
just got-
janitor.
He just got so, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think those guys, like RCA's come into town, it's like that.
Yeah.
Let's get the best guy or something.
Yeah.
to do, isn't it?
So was that like a small studio? Like one,
Yes, it was.
One mic in the middle and...
Well, in Houston,
Yeah.
yes. But RCA was
Yeah.
gigantic. And it's crazy how they got that sound with just 3 mics.
Yeah, that's mad.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that surprised me when you said that.
It's crazy.
2 on the band.
Yeah.
With 2 drummers,
Yeah.
guitar and bass. Yeah.
And I did not hold the
that's a neat bit of
mic. The mic
engineering.
was dead in the front of the floor, and I stood by it.
Yeah.
And all the band was like behind me.
Like
Look at
recording
here.
in real life. In a situation, you're all facing the same way. Even.
And I mean, we went from one to the other. What's next? Mickey Baker was rattling off. What's next? And then, the guy said, I think Nick is get on the right track. Looked at the drummer. You got it. Let's go. Boom! Just exploded. Went right down the line. I mean, after I finished that session, I was like that. I was shaking like a leaf. It took everything. It just took everything out of me.
You put everything into it.
I mean, they were sweating too. They were like, I'm telling you, they were shaking their heads too, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You got to be able to look that good to me, haven't you?
Yeah.
You got to be.
5 or 6 takes.
I think what got him was a little white dude from New Orleans. You know what he's doing, singing this kind of soul stuff. You know, jumping on it like that. But it was what they were feeding me, man. That energy was so strong. Jeez.
Yeah, they're great.
That's an interesting thing too, because all the songs that were brought to you were kind of, all the songs you recorded were like original. Was it Herman Diaz that was kind of picking those songs up?
Yes.
And saying, this is
Yes.
he must have getting demos or
Yes.
something.
Yeah. Must have. Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Ducktail was it.
Oh, Ducktail was
And
like,
16 Chicks.
Yeah, 60
Yeah,
Chicks.
yeah, sorry,
Nick
those
Davis
two.
had already sung, hadn't he?
Yeah.
It was the same
yeah, that's
band.
right. So you had it was a Houston.
Yeah,
solo
Ducktail.
record.
He got that from Rudy Grizel.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any songs that you wanted to do that at either
No.
session that you got thrown out?
No.
You went with what they said.
Oh yeah, so were you appearing on the Louisiana Hayride before all that stuff?
Yeah.
Like when you got signed, they signed you because they saw you on the Hayride,
No,
right?
I was playing with a hillbilly band.
Right.
Every Saturday, we had a radio show. I played drums, and I'd sing one song every Saturday. But I didn't sing hillbilly. I sang a rhythm and blues thing, a shuffle thing, to break up the hillbilly.
Right.
So I was the only one in the band that done that.
Yeah.
Everybody else sang all the ballads.
Mm.
And I'd sing the jitterbug stuff.
This
And
is
the
like
little-
55 or something?
Yes.
Right.
And the radio producer there for our show got a letter from RCA getting ready to come out with a subsidiary, which they're going to call Vic, looking for talent. So he talked to all of us in the band about it. I've got this letter. Is anybody interested in making a tape? I'll send it to them. Got the address, the whole bit. So what? I might be interested in that. What I gotta do? You just gotta make a tape. We can make the tape right here. I said, okay, I'll do it. So after we finished our radio show, all the band left. I told the guitar player, could I borrow your rhythm guitar? He said, sure. I stayed. He set up the mic for me, set the tape rolling, me by myself,
Yeah.
and the guitar. I played rhythm, and I sang Flip, Flop, and Fly, and I sang Shake, Rattle, and Roll. I said, that's it, I'm just doing them two. He said, okay, I'll send it. So he sent it. I forgot about it. A month I got a phone call from New York. Herman Diaz says, Mrs. Sheremy, you're the one that sent us this song. About a month ago from WWEZ, the whole bit. I said, yes, sir. He says, are you interested in recording a record? Well,
And that was on the strength of you and a guitar doing those
Yeah.
Joe Turner songs.
that just totally freaked me out. It freaked me out. I said, sir, he says, we'd have to go to Houston, Texas. That's what he told me, to record some songs. We're going to do quite a few. Did not mention a word about New York. I said, sir, I'd love to, but I can't. I'm just a kid. I can't go nowhere. So what they done, they signed emancipation papers for my mom and dad, giving them permission to take me out. They come and got me, man. That was it.
So you hadn't been on the Hayride at that point?
Yeah, way before that.
Oh, right.
But that wasn't as exciting as people think it is now. That's,
No, but it just...
it was just
Yeah.
one of those things in
Yeah.
life. But yeah, that didn't pay no money. It was nothing but.
Were you just doing hillbilly kind of stuff on that?
No, I done I still done the little rock and roll stuff. Our stuff from New Orleans. That's what I done.
Right.
It wasn't that exciting.
Made you stand out, though, in a way, in that sense of being this little white teenager.
Oh, yeah.
Doing that kind of R&B
Oh yeah. And it was something with the group, it was something different for us, but it got old quick. It's just the people that wasn't wasn't into that kind of stuff like it is in New Orleans. You know, I thought they'd go crazy for that shit. But
In Shreveport,
Yeah,
they were like a little cool.
that's a different part of the...
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, everywhere you go, it's different like that.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, man. They come got me, and God, first time I ever flew in my life, I was so scared. And that's when we was in the plane, and Herman Diaz says, Mr. Sherman, we got to change your name. So why? I said, well, that's what they do. When you record, you know, people change their name. Like what? He said, what is your name? What is your real name? Said they call me CJ. My name is Claiborne Joseph. Jeremy. So he kept scribbling on a piece of paper and scribbling, and he, Joe Clay. Says, how do you like that? I don't care. It's fine with me. That's how that started.
Little did you think, like a few years down the line, you'd be sitting here talking.
You're right. Yeah, because after about 3 or 4 years of Joe Clay and I dropped out, I said, goodbye. That wasn't meant to be. But it was fun for a while. I was like, hey, I done it. Always wanted to go to New York. I did. That's cool. I'll just stay here in New Orleans the rest of my life. You know?
And
That's
now-
why I never could believe all this resurgence that happened. I
Yeah,
just
because
could
now
not
you've been
believe
all
that.
over Europe because of Joe Clay, right?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
And I still did not believe it until I got on stage the first night.
Where was the first place you played here?
The Mean Fiddler.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
And I mean, what freaked me out is when they drove me to the concert that night and I saw them 50s cars.
Right.
I definitely, for like 5 minutes, I went all the way back in time for when I was a kid growing up.
Yeah.
Because I seen them dressed like that and I saw the cars. And I just can't explain the feeling I had. Like, my God, is this real? You know, what
It's
is...
another part of the world.
Yeah, what is
That's-
happening right now? Am I dreaming?
Like Jules
But no,
Verne
I
back
can't
in
be
the time.
dreaming. This is really real. It's really happening to me. And then I finally accepted that fact when I got in there. Then everybody came home and they interviewed me. And I still wasn't quite over the hill yet about the situation.
Not quite.
And then when I walked on stage, it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. I said, shit, I've been here before. I've done this before. But I've done this 1,000 years ago. How could this be coming back like that? It did.
Yeah. And even that's quite a while ago.
Wow.
Who's back to you then? Who was
Travis's band.
No, it's Jumping
No, the
Jacks.
Jumping Jacks,
Jim
that's
Carroll.
right.
Jim Carroll.
Carl guitar, yeah. I can't remember who the drummer or the bass player. The bass player was the guy who was.
The little bitty dude, huh, on
yeah,
bass.
that's right. Yeah, I think it was from Brighton. I can't remember his name. What was his name?
Little bitty guy. Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Mini bass player.
Yeah, mini baby bass player. I can't remember his name. That was a wild night though.
Was it packed? I bet it was round, wasn't it? Yeah.
And it had, Joe was saying there's that American newspaper crew who followed you.
Oh yeah, they flew with me the big newspaper in New Orleans.
Right.
It was crazy, man. I mean, they put me on the headline of the paper, and I was driving a school bus. That's what I was doing when that happened. Now nobody knows Joe Clay back home.
Right.
Nobody. 1960, it was over, forgotten about. And I'm driving that school bus on my bus route. All the families of the kids that I pick up in the morning was in a yard with the newspaper in their hand and waving it
Wow.
like I'm a damn king or something. Waving it everywhere I went. Down the street, people blowing their horns, waving at me.
Wow.
The kids on the bus totally freaked out. They said, Mr. CJ, we did not know you was a star. And I'm still trying to, I said, well, I don't quite know if I am a star now. Wait, this is still kind of new to me, all of this stuff. And it just freaked out, man. I mean, every day it was something just kept coming.
Yeah.
And people kept coming out the woodworks at me. You know, even my whole neighborhood, this can't be true. We see this guy every day, put out the garbage, cut his grass. Wait, this can't be true. You know, he's a big star in England, the headline said. Gretna school bus driver, big star in England. I mean, them people were freaking, man. You know,
and all that was happening before you actually came over, was it? Yeah.
Yeah. Then my kids I drive, you know, you got to tell us about this, you know, because I've been driving them for years.
Mm. So you knew them pretty well. Like,
yeah, so one evening I pulled over and I started singing to them.
Yeah, what, in the bus?
Oh, yeah.
So you just stood back from the bus?
I just pulled it on the side of the road. Because they just couldn't believe that. They were like, looking at me through the mirror like, how do we really know this is true? We're reading about it. You always play the radio for us. You play anything we want to hear on the radio. Mm. And every now and then a good song come on the radio. I'll sing it with the music.
Yeah.
And they said, so what is your music? What did you do? What is all of this? Shit. One day I pulled that bus over. I said, this is what I done. And you stood up and sang by myself and just flowed them, man.
Did it go down well?
They liked it.
Yeah.
They liked it. And I had no music instrument, no nothing. They liked it. They said, what kind of music is that? I never heard nothing like that before.
And they were from New Orleans.
Right. That's right. I said, that's rockabilly. That's what we done in my days. It still gets crazy sometimes.
I think we got a load of stuff.
Yeah.
I hope we had the record button on this time.
Oh, God.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. I enjoyed
nice
talking.
Stories, man.
All of that, man. That brings back a lot of great men. Well, some of them.
The sense of